YouTube, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this one, we're going through my stream setup. Now, a lot of people have asked me about this, so I thought I'd make a video on it. A lot of people out there seem to think that you need a lot of computing horsepower and, two PC setups and stuff to come up with a decent quality stream, but today, that's just not true. My PC is now 5 years old. 5 years old? Yeah, 5 years old. And it handles most things. I wouldn't say everything nowadays, but most things fine for streaming. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go behind the scenes. We'll pull ourselves back a bit. We'll go through PC specs, all the monitors that I'm using, camera gear, microphone, headset, other stuff. There's other stuff. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you learned something, and let's get into the video. One more thing that I'd actually like to mention before we do start this video, I do stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. It starts around 9 or 10 PM British time. If you'd like to have more of a conversation about what we do cover in this video, then please drop them by there. I'll put the link on the screen and it will be down in the description below. Let's get into it. Okay then guys, here we are. This is what it looks like. We're behind the scenes. So down here's the computer, here's the monitors, and that's it, end of video. No, I'm joking. So let's start off with the PC down here, shall we? No, I don't know how well you're gonna be able to see this, but we'll take the side off. All right. So this is the inside of the PC. Let's just run through the specs of these real quick. As I said, my stream can handle most things. I am upgrading this in the very near future. In fact, I have the upgrades there. I'm just waiting for my CPU to come in. But you don't need much to run a decent stream anymore. This computer's 5 years old. So under there we've got the CPU. It's an Intel 6700K. I've overclocked it to 6.8 gigahertz, which is actually pretty good for the time. And it's actually still pretty good for now, but the IPCs on it are just a little bit slow, and the core count's getting too low. So that's why we're upgrading that. Here we have the CPU. It's an EVGA GeForce GTX 1080. It's for the Win 1, I believe. No, it was a superclocked. It was an EVGA superclocked GTX 1080. And then behind here, we've got all of our RAM sticks, all 4 slots populated. We've got two 16GB sticks of 3000 MHz and two 8GB sticks of 3000 MHz for a combined total of 48 GB, which is a bit of an unconventional setup. Normally you'd have them all the same, but I had 16 to start off with, and I thought 32 is a good upgrade. And you can put all of them in, which a lot of people don't think you can. And in the back right here, you can see my SSDs. I've actually got 3 SSDs in this machine. 1 for boot, 2 for editing, and then my hard drives are for game and content archiving. So that's pretty good. All of this is running off a Corsair RM850X power supply, so it's 850 watts gold certified. Fully modular, which is why, over the years my my camera management has got a little bit slacking, but from a distance you can't see much. The only thing I don't like about this case, very big case, very nice. However, not much I could do with it in terms of lighting. I could have probably got some strips and whatnot, but I think next time around I'm going to go for a glass case so that I can get some nice RGB fans. So it can stream at 1080p 60, which is very good. Not that I recommend doing that, especially when you're not a partner, because you don't get transcoding. Always stream at 720p 60 or 900p 60 if you can output it. The only problem that I'm having is that with modern AAA titles like Call of Duty Warzone, if I want to have more things running on my overlays, it starts to bog down a little bit. I start to drop some frames, and no one wants to stream with drop frames. So, okay, moving on to the monitors, I guess. So, moving on to the monitors. Actually, you know what? What I'll do, last thing on the PC, I will put the specs into a PC part picker build, just so that you can see it all there. You might not be able to buy some of the stuff now at normal kind of prices because COVID, and some of the stuff's outdated. Like the graphics card, you probably won't be able to pick up from new. But it'll be interesting to see what it's worth now. I imagine you could build it second hand somewhere in the region of £800, maybe, just because of all the SSDs and stuff it's got. But yeah, I'll do that and link it in the description below. So moving on to the monitors, I run a 3-monitor setup. This one I use for my gaming. This one I use for editing and side monitoring, and this one I use for chat and also monitoring everything in OBS. So yeah, this one is an Asus PG27Q, I believe, which is a 1440p 170Hz monitor. That's the latest one to the edition. I wanted a really high refresh rate monitor because I felt like I was missing out. Before I was gaming on my ultra wide, which is a Predator X34A. That one's still really good, 3440 by 1440. It's a 100Hz overclocked refresh rate, so I was still gaming at 100Hz, but not many games take advantage of this wide aspect ratio, or at least not what I was playing. So, and it's kind of hard to get it on stream as well because you can't stream to Twitch in 1440p ultra wide. Kind of condenses it down, so it cuts off half your screen, or you just end up not using it anyway, so it's a bit pointless. And then this one down here is an Asus MX27UQ. It's 4K monitor. It's the first monitor I ever got when I got my PC. For some reason I thought I would go 4K because it was all the rage, but then I realised that high refresh rate is actually more important when you're gaming, so that one kind of became a redundant editing monitor because it's an IPS panel, super colour accurate, and really useful for watching 4K content on YouTube, I guess. One of the questions that I do get asked quite a bit with having all these monitors hooked up to one graphics card is that everyone seems to get concerned that for some reason they think if the more monitors you have, the less FPS you're going to have, because yes, I am outputting more pixels than the majority when they only have one screen. However, what they don't realise is that those pixels on the other screens are just that, they're static pixels. So it doesn't have to render anything for them. So you don't lose out on anything unless you're, I mean, if you've got YouTube videos on both screens, then maybe. But yeah, as I said, really useful for streaming to have multiple monitors. Gameplay goes on this one. I can read chat as it scrolls down over here. Monitor OBS, normally all over here. I have some other stream elements like my lighting control, my channel point triggers and all that kind of stuff over here when I'm live as well. And then down here I normally have Discord, so I can check what's going on over there, and then maybe a screen of my actual stream up on Chrome, so I can make sure that it's actually live streaming and not being a bit of an idiot. So moving on from my screens, let's go to input devices. This is the keyboard that I use. This keyboard is a Corsair Strafe RGB. It's a full-length keyboard, none of that 10 kilo stuff. This one in particular has, I think it's Cherry MX red switches. So I think are the red ones classed as speed switches? I'll have to double check that and put it on screen. But a little bit clicky. I don't know if you can hear that, but not overly clicky. Nice mechanical keyboard, so it's going to last a very long time. Has that really nice tactile feel. This one I actually got from an Amazon warehouse deal because I think it was meant to be about 130, 140 pounds, but I ended up picking it up for 60 or 70 quid because it was an unwanted return. So quid's in. Always looking for those deals. Be a little bit wary if you do buy things off Amazon warehouse deals, because I have got caught out in the past. I ordered an SSD off there and the box came and it was empty. Whoever returned it figured out that SSDs are light enough to take them out of the package, send them back to Amazon, because all they do when they get them back in the office is weigh them to make sure the item's in there and then put them back on the shelf. They figured that out, took the item out and left me with nothing. But Amazon were very good, sort it out for me and just send me a new one anyway. So let's move on to my mouse. This is the G502 by Logitech. Absolutely great mouse. If I get in here a little bit closer, then you can see, it's RGB, obviously. You're not a real gamer unless you've got RGB peripherals. Some features of this, it's got, oh god, you can't see the buttons very well here, but so here you've got a DPI profile switch, which is useful if you play different games and want different settings for your DPI. You've got a button for some reason that toggles unlimited scroll wheel, so you see how this, at the moment it'll stop. If I click that, for some reason, that can go on forever. Whoa, whoa. I don't know what that's for. I don't know if that comes in useful in any kind of gaming situation, but hey ho, it's there. On the side here, we've got normal back and forward buttons. Right next to your left click, you've actually got another DPI setting switch, so each profile can have as many DPI settings as you want, and you can toggle through them. So if I do this, you can see the DPI went up by those lights, and then goes down, and then back to normal. And then down here you've got, I don't know what they actually call this as a reference, but I call it my sniper button because it's a DPI switch. Something that will probably make you guys a little bit sick is my DPI settings. I actually play with a very high sensitivity because I'm more of a wrist gamer rather than an arm gamer. Taken out of context, I realise that's going to sound very weird, but hey, we'll take it. So my DPI settings for this mouse is actually standard 4000, which allows me to do very, very quick 180s and 360s. And then my sniper button, which I push down whenever I ADS or zoom in on a sniper, is set to 1200, which is still higher than a lot of other people's actual DPI settings for normal use. So I think the normal is somewhere between the 400 to 800 range they suggest, but whenever I play with that, it just feels like we're playing with mud. It feels like I'm absolutely dragging myself through the mud, and I can't do it. I'm sorry, gamers. Don't hate me, okay? Moving on to the next lot of peripherals, then. Oops. There's no reason that those by the computer. Shut up. Shut up. Okay? They're gone. They weren't there. Shh. So moving on to the next lot of peripherals, I have my headset. These are the Corsair Virtuoso SE wireless headphones. Very convoluted name. Very good headset for directional hearing. This was a recent upgrade. These were, I think, £150 or something. Before that, I was using the Corsair Voids, which is still good, but this is just kind of the next step up. I wanted something that was wireless, so I could walk around the house with them on, and I'd not be tethered down anymore. They are a 7.1 Dolby Atmos certified pair of headphones. Don't use those features, just put them in stereo. Obviously they've got RGB on the side because why would you not? And then, as you can see, they're standing on a nice little headphone stand, which is also from Corsair. Yes, I'm a little bit of a Corsair fanboy. They make some excellent products. If you haven't checked them out, I highly suggest you do. Except in this stand, that was a bit of an impulse buy, I'm not going to lie. I just needed this stand, and this is, I think this was like 50-60 quid just for a headphone stand because it's got RGB in. The advantage is that it does have a USB plug that goes into it, and then you can put in your little dongle for your headset to be wireless right there, and it works pretty well. Oh, and it also has like another USB port on the side, which I just thought, well, I'll buy a charging cable and use a really short charging cable to charge my headset. So anyway, I digress. Next on the list is my microphone. So this microphone, everyone should know this microphone from the streaming world. So this microphone's a Blue Yeti. It's okay for a starting setup. This is going to be one of the next things that I upgrade for my stream. I do want an XLR microphone just so that I can have some hardware level compression and suppression. It's the one thing that I really struggle with on my stream because this room's quite echoey. So that will definitely be a nice feature to have. On here, you know, it does have headset pass through if you have a wired headset. I've never used it though. You've got your mute button on the front, and then around the back you've got some settings which are just your gain and your cardioid pattern. My gain's super low because I've found that this microphone is so sensitive that OBS doesn't really know what to do with it. I think for this microphone you actually have to go through Blue to get its own like shock mount, which is a bit disappointing. It's a bit too thick and a bit too girthy, ladies, to fit in any normal kind of shock mount. So that was annoying. It is a USB microphone. I've got my wire running up over this. This is the Rode PSA-1, a very popular microphone mount stand thing, I guess. It's quite good. Alright, the microphone itself, when I run it through the stream, I run it through something called, I'll bring it up actually, if it wants to work for me. It's a little bit glitchy, I'm not gonna lie. I run it through something called Voicemeeter Potato. As you can see, it's all the way over there with all of its gain down, and it's still picking me up for like, I don't know, minus 20 decibels or something, which is ridiculous with all the gain down, but hey ho. So this is the main software that I use for my stream in terms of audio, because this allows me to route different audio sources into different audio channels on my stream, and then I can control the volumes both in my ears and on stream output, which is extremely good and useful. And then I've actually routed this through and into my stream deck. So if I push this button, this has basically been turned into a little audio mixer for when I'm live. So on this side, this controls my ears. On this side, that controls what stream hears. I know a lot of people would find this useful, so don't worry. A YouTube video will be coming on this in the next few weeks. That's planned, it's in the works, it's on the board, so it's real, okay? I guess the only other real thing that I use while I'm streaming is normally my camera, which I'm obviously using right now to record this video, but that would normally sit up there on its little tripod with a light panel on top. I'll try and get some B-roll of it so you can actually see what it looks like. The camera that I use currently is a Canon 700D. It's a DSLR, and it's just got the kit lens, I think they call it, which is a 18mm to 55mm f 3.6 to 8 point something. The only issue that I've found lately is that the HDMI out actually puts out a lower resolution than what I want to be able to stream out with my camera's full stream. So it's good for when I'm in my little box in the corner, but when it's on full screen, I am a little bit blurry to how I would like it to be. I'm trying to find out whether I can make the image quality better from the HDMI out, or whether I need to invest in a new stream camera and this just becomes my main recording YouTube camera, but we'll find that out. On that camera as well, by the way, it's very common for Canon cameras to cut off after 30 minutes of being on. When I read into it, it was something to do with EU law making it so that you can't use DSLRs as recording devices, because otherwise they have to have a different kind of tax bracket. God knows what that's about, but there's a software that you use called Magic Lantern. It's basically a firmware upgrade, and it allows you to get rid of those limitations. So I have to use that in order to be able to use this through my capture device. Oh, while I'm talking about that, actually, the capture device that I have, you probably can't see if I put it down here now. Oh, you can. So right there you can see I've got a Elgato Gaming, I think it's an Elgato Gaming HD60. It does the trick. So yeah, this is the control center. Woo! I guess we can move on to kind of honorable mentions now. Over here, I have a laptop stand. Normally, sometimes I'll have the gaming laptop that we have, which is an MSI something or other. I know it's got a 7700K with a GTX 1060 in it. It's not the most powerful thing. I wanted it so that I could edit things around the house, which is what I use it for, which is what's downstairs. And then we also have the the iPad Pro. I did intentionally buy this so that I could do some photo editing and things for go live posts, Instagram pictures and whatnot. It kind of got relegated to the baby. Well, say baby, she's two years old now. She used it for a lot of games, which, you know, kept her entertained quite a bit. So we figured for her second birthday we'd buy her an Amazon Fire tablet, because it's a lot cheaper than this. This was over £1,000 and it's a bit dangerous for her to just be messing around with, especially when she's poured milk over it a few times. So yeah, I use this for all of my thumbnail editing and all that kind of stuff. Very useful, especially with the Apple Pencil. It's a great purchase. And then I guess we can show you the rest of the place. So this right here is a recent addition. This is my whiteboard. I haven't filled in any of the slots this morning yet. Okay. So it goes through the days of the week and what I'm meant to be doing for all the different categories of content that I do, with all my ideas at the bottom. Nobody steal them, thank you very much. And then if we turn around, so this is obviously, you know, everyone's seen my desk updated video. If you haven't, then I'll put it, I don't know which corner it is, I'll put it up here or up here and you can go check it out. I built this whole desk as a custom build. It's very sturdy. It's so useful because it goes all the way around, and as you can see, the kind of purpose that it fulfills is I've got my stream setup over here, and then I can turn around and I've got my actual work setup, so this is my work laptop. RGB lighting all the way around the back, which is just a Govee 5-meter kit. I think it was like £25. You can use it with Alexa. It's okay, it gets the job done. It's no Philips Hue, but those things are way too expensive. And then, you know, we've got a little bit of background stuff over here. No one cares about that. The lights that people see in my background, which are normally situated here and kind of over here. Oh, we have my old guitars in here at the moment as well, because we're trying to hang these above the stairs. That's going to be an Instagram post at some point, so don't miss that. If you haven't followed me on Instagram already, then I'll put a link up here, down here, somewhere. Instagram. If you're interested in these, I guess I can walk you through them. I haven't played in years, but they were kind of just sitting in a loft doing nothing, so we thought we might as well use them for a decorative piece. And you know, Lexi's kind of getting involved in music. She seems to like music and sounds and whatnot, so maybe it'll inspire her to pick them up one day and they won't be a complete waste of money. Thanks! But yeah, the main point of coming back over here was I have a really janky setup at the moment with just this box. I have one of my Philips Hue plays sitting on here. I'm not sure whether I'm going to keep them yet. Kind of just splashes some colour up the wall, but they're not that bright compared to what I was expecting. I don't know whether it's this wallpaper, because it's just brown tones. It kind of just absorbs light. So I might be getting rid of those. This is what they actually look like. Just using them for actual extra lighting here. So it's literally just a light bar. They're okay. They're overpriced. I think they're £140 or something for two. And the hub. But you know, it is what it is. Everyone's got to have RGB in the back of their streams. Hey, am I right? Am I right? But yeah, so I might end up getting rid of those and replacing the actual light fitting on the ceiling. Oh, why am I doing that? The light fitting on the ceiling to have some spotlights, because you can get Philips Hue bulbs that fit within like spotlight lights, and I think that'll look nice if I just like kind of splash them over here. Have some shelves. You know, this is still a work in progress. Have some shelves. Put all my other things on there, so because I've got all these lights and pop figures and whatever else that I need to sort out. But yeah, so there you go. I think that kind of does it for the main explanation. So yeah, back to the computer, I guess. Whoa! Oh guys, actually, I guess one thing I did really kind of skip by is this. This right here is my Stream Deck XL. We can go to the home screen of it. Really basic setup at the moment, but as I said, more YouTube videos are going to be coming on this real soon. I'm going to sort this out properly when my new PC gets here, otherwise I'm going to have to rebuild the whole thing, so in my OBS. So really easy. This stuff at the bottom kind of goes through the scenes that I use. I've got some victory sounds and some meme jokes here. Video control, a button to clip things on Twitch, and then these kind of deal with my camera positions. So I can put it kind of like wherever I want on stream. This button that you can't really see down here is a microphone mute button that mutes myself in Discord and in game chat, which is quite useful. Again, powered by Voicemeeter. And then we've got a button to go over to our mixer here, which, as you can see, I've got desktop, Discord/comms, because it actually does do in-game audio as well. And then I've put a Chrome button there because Chrome is one of the main things that I've routed to this channel, but it's also like my alerts and things through my alerts, my music through OBS. And then, as I said earlier, duplicated on this side, so that on here this controls what the volume levels are that go out to stream. So I could mute Discord by pressing this one, and that would mute it for stream, but I'd still be able to hear people. If I press this one, it'd mute it for both of us. Same with alerts, desktop, and whatever. And then I do have a button down here, which again you can't see because the lights on these are too bad. But that looks like a little headset, and when I press it, it goes to a screen. What I've done through Voicemeeter is I've set it up so that the speakers in my X34 are actually pretty good. So I use those when I'm not talking to anyone, or if people, you know, aren't in bed yet or whatever. And then obviously I've got my headset, so what that button actually does through Voicemeeter is it'll change whether the audio comes out of my screens or whether it comes out of my headset, which is absolutely super useful. I don't have to go into Windows settings and change all my defaults and all that kind of stuff. It just works. As long as Voicemeeter Potato hasn't crashed, which sometimes it does. But yeah, anyway, as I said, that's my setup. It looks cooler now because I've turned all the lights off, kind of. Let's go back onto the computer. Alright then guys, so there you go. That's my streaming setup tour. Complete. Version 1. Just like to remind you of that, version 1, because we are going to be doing a computer build. I need to fill out this place with a lot more stuff on the wall behind the monitors. A lot more stuff on the wall behind me. So when all that's done, we'll do a version 2. See where we're at. But yeah. Thank you for watching this video. As I said, my PC specs, they'll be in the description down below. Go check them out. The PC part picker build might not have complete prices on there. But I'll do some research on eBay and stuff for you, I guess. Just so that you can kind of gauge what kind of system this is in the kind of price range. Because you should be able to have a pretty decent stream too, and it shouldn't cost that much anymore, you know? If you're doing something basic, just getting out some HD footage, none of this stupid animated overlay things and anything that I'm trying to do at the moment, then this kind of build does it perfectly. In fact, you don't even need this build, thinking about it. Little tip, little bit of advice for you. Not many people know this, but the 10 series graphics card, like the one that I've got a GTX 1080. Anything that starts with a 10, except the latest. Oh no, those are 1660s. Okay, so anything that starts with a 10 actually has the same GPU encoder on it. Okay, so what that means is what you use to encode your stream through OBS is not the same as what it uses to render the video game. Right? So they all have exactly the same encoder on it, they just have better GPU rendering performance. So you could even get a 1050 Ti, 1060, which is way cheaper than this 1080 that's in my machine. Second hand, probably for around £100. And you could still have the same encoding quality that I have on my stream. Simple as. You could build this for... In fact, you could probably build better than this for £500 or £600 now. If you get like a Ryzen 5 and pair it with a GTX 1060 or something. Golden. Anyway, I digress. So, thank you so much again for stopping by and watching my videos. I hope you enjoyed this one. If there's anything that you'd like to know more about, please put it down in the comments below. Or, the better idea, obviously, is to drop by my stream. I'm live on Twitch 4 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, all around 9 or 10 PM British time. Please come on by, chat to me, we can talk about streams, PCs, gaming, tech, nerd stuff, whatever the hell you want. Absolutely love to speak to you there. The link will be on screen and down in the description below. If you haven't also already followed me on social medias, then I'll put those on screen for you and put them down in the link below. I'm pretty active on Twitter, so I like to have lots of discussions over there. Trying to up my game on Instagram, and I am thinking of some things to get posted on TikTok pretty soon, so make sure you keep up to date with that because they're going to be pretty fun. As I said though guys, that's it for today's video. I'll be back next week with another new video for you guys. Until then, keep it real, stay in the friend zone, and I'll catch you soon.